Hey team, this is a video on the experiment I've been working on, collecting my wastewater, my gray water, and using it, repurposing it. I was going to use it for plants, had way too much, and then I decided I didn't want to use it in my plants at all, just because a lot of them are seedlings, are a little bit delicate, finicky, and so I didn't want the added chemicals of the soap or the the miscellaneous things. So I didn't want to use the gray water in my plants. As it turned out, I ended up saving it all in a bin that I have just behind me back here. And then I will take that bin and I will pour it in the back of the toilet. The water is turned off back around the bend here. And it actually became something of a game of sorts because it's bathroom talk time. It became a little bit of a game because I didn't always have enough. The first time or so, I filled that up. It was about 3 gallons, and that actually was exactly how much was in there. Around my, I have a little device that. A little bin that's in there to displace water, so it's not quite as much water, but the 3 gallons was just about enough to fill that tank. So it was perfect, was able to flush, and then the next time I had water in there, it was not 3 gallons, it was like 1.75 or something, maybe 2. So I did not have enough, and I had water turned off, and so adding the water from the kitchen and the bathroom. But eventually I did not have enough to flush the toilet, and in that circumstance I had to turn the water back on, which was no fun. So I ended up sorting out a system, and it's potty talk for real, so it might be a little gross, so if you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. Stop watching now. But it became a game. So because you didn't want to flush the toilet, you didn't want to waste that water, so you had to be creative. And I know that different families have different rules. I know I came from family. I was a stickler. I was the one who was like, I am not letting there be anything in the toilet. I am flushing it. I am not peeing on someone else's pee. I'm not peeing on anyone else's miscellaneous things. I am flushing that toilet. So that was me to a T. I did not want to change that. But I've been to other houses. My sister actually mentioned having traveled, and they'll all, they would throw all of their toilet paper in the garbage to not clog the toilet system. So that was one thing. People around the world have different bathroom tendencies. So that was kind of an interesting thing. I haven't done that, of course. I didn't do that. But if you do use wipes, you want to make sure they get in the garbage. You can't flush wipes. They will clog up the filters at the wastewater plant. I saw an article on that. So you don't want to flush wipes. And, different places have different rules about tampons and things like that, flushing those. A lot of public places say, don't do it. Don't do it. So it's all kind of different. I've been to a house where they don't flush unless there's poop, and so you can get layers and layers of pee in there, and it's totally fine. And so that was kind of what I live alone, so I was just kind of like, it's my pee. I don't have water. I'm just going to pee and leave it. And, it's going to be fine. So if that kind of became the rule, if there was, just pee, then we would leave it. Sometimes poop happened and didn't have enough water, and I had to run out the door. And so that got left too, we survived that travail. So it kind of happened, and it worked out just fine. But that was never ideal, of course, because, poop can be a little bit smelly. So there we go. It became a game. Try not to turn the water back on for as long as possible. So we adopted some other folks' bathroom practices. Pee with pee with pee with pee, and then flush. So so it worked out. It worked out okay. So I broadened my horizons. Doing this experiment, and I learned a lot. I saved a lot of water, and I think that that's really great. And this is not a very efficient toilet. It has a lot of water in it, so for my environmental reasons, I think that it is absolutely perfect to use the gray water. it was fun. It's definitely an environmentally conscious thing to do. And I think it's 100% worth it. So I'm going to keep doing it and we'll see what happens. So, woohoo, potty time. There we go. Yeah, very cool experiment to do. I have an open mind. Like I said, I live by myself and I'm only judging myself. And you can judge me a little bit too, but know that there are other people out there that live very different lives from all of us. And so this has opened up my horizons to different, ideologies too. I was researching different efficient toilets today. Some of them have efficiency 1.6 gallons of water per flush. Some have 0.9, some have 0.8 gallons per flush. Like I said, this one's about 3. So that's way, way better. And I was looking at composting toilets. Anyway, I was looking up nitrogen and phosphorus balances in fecal matter and urine. And so I was just looking at it, just to, see what the composting is about and to see, what the pros and cons of waste are. So it's been an interesting research experiment overall. Check it out. Have fun with it. Be open-minded, and it's an adventure. So yay!